Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Prey Mooncrash, and our very excellent shotgun. What could even be the purpose of these little, like, studs on the side of this thing? How does this thing work? I have no idea. Alright, we gotta figure out a way to get up to the top of the labs, right? That is our quest for the moment. So it looks like the smart thing to do is gonna be head back down into the main lab area this way. And then there should be a lift somewhere. Through this door, I guess? Oh yeah, that's just those guys in that room. Okay, well, that was easy enough. Hold on a second. So I'm out of pistol ammo. I have 5 bullets left in my shotgun. Well, everybody saw it, so I guess I have to just admit to it. The door starting to close, like the edge of the door coming out of the door from there, scared the hell out of me. I was looking at I was looking at my inventory, you know, it's very distracting. So there's a tentacle, there's a bunch of tentacle nests in there. Free EMP charge. Alright, well, let's just reload the old Q-beam here. I'm gonna open the door, and I'm gonna try to blow this thing up with our psychic power, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to Q-beam it real fast, probably. Because I imagine this is gonna make it pretty angry. Didn't quite do it. Fortunately, they actually don't seem to be able to withstand much from the Q-beam. Okay, that's a fair amount of neuromods. To be perfectly honest, I'm thinking real hard about suit modification too. Disassemble an object to create a temporary fab plan. You can only have one reverse-engineered plan at a time. That's interesting. I don't know what I would use it for, though. Or we could try to pick up some more of this stuff. Machine Mind is, like... That's fine. Yeah, we use Electrostatic Burst quite a bit. Maybe we should try to save up for the next level of that. It's almost twice as much damage. It does actually double the duration of the stun. Yeah, okay, that might be the plan for right now. Electrostatic Burst is quite strong. I'm trying not to overdo it with this thing because ammo is a little... Ooh, wait a second. Let's not step in that. Ammo's a little scarcer than I would like. Oh, it's the sound of the corruption level increasing. Alright, is anything terrifying going to appear right on top of us? Looks like no.
Requesting new operator.
Get this operator out here because we do, in fact, have a small amount of suit damage.
Transfer Arkane engineering class operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of outage.
Inspecting. Your suit integrity is compromised. Fix that. Job done.
Okay. I guess it's probably the case that we could smash up that operator and get some Q-beam ammo out of it. They usually have Q-beam ammo. A bunch of magazines and stuff. Listen, it's not that I don't love reading. It's just that we're on the clock a little bit right here, and this isn't even the last character we need to get out. So maybe let's focus for the moment. I think I can probably get to that railing. There we go. There's also probably just a way to turn off. Like, we could probably repair the power juncture there, but too late. I've chosen my path. So we have been up here before. Apparently not actually in this room, though. Program requirements document. Studies show that there is a significant likelihood of behavioral conditions and psychiatric disorders emerging among the population of crews stationed for longer than 3 months. Impacts of behavioral issues are minimized with appropriate tools for monitoring mood and predicting risk, while including as many Earth-like amenities and recreations as possible. Okay, that's actually one that we already had equipped. Okay, a whole bunch more neuromods. Still can't hack stuff. And when we can hack stuff, I think we will probably be Riley Yu, so we probably will know our password at that point. This is an electric Hunter's Bolt Caster. That seems kind of strange, I guess. No, how does that work? How do you convey electricity via foam dart? Boy, there's a lot of stuff to read. And I'm not 100% sure that time passes while we're reading, but I'm also not 100% sure that it doesn't. So if you're wondering why I'm not reading everything, that's partly why.
Hello.
Well, that's probably Riley, huh? Okay. And we have our psychoscope. So, in case you're not familiar with the psychoscope from the base game, you can toggle your psychoscope to mark and scan nearby enemies. Scanning Typhon will reveal new abilities you can acquire by installing neuromods. The psychoscope can be used to detect disguised mimics, burrowed moonsharks, and invisible poltergeists. The psychoscope can be upgraded via neuromods when playing as Riley U. So, okay, it can be upgraded when playing as Riley, and then it will it maintain those upgrades for everybody else? Why am I asking you guys? Please, psi power. There we go.
You should feel more alert.
Secure launcher stores here. Okay, I don't think any of this is actually mission critical information for us. So hey, even if we don't make it out of this, we did that at least. Let's check Riley's email. From Meng Tsai. That is not a name that I recognize. Director Yu, we have compiled data from Project Genesis, but the results are discouraging. First, the good news. Subjects in the test exhibited a never-before-encountered pattern of synaptic activity that is easily detected and processed via the psychoscope. As long as we have living subjects, observation can continue and results will be easily analyzed. Generating the living subjects is another matter. Source volunteer must have their psionic aptitude pushed to levels that have proven lethal for most subjects. Even if they survive the installation process and are cleared for Genesis, the psyche appears too fragile to manage the load, resulting in... totally lost my place. Resulting in hyperaggression and mania. After several research personnel were injured, the process was modified for remote observation. Apparently, moving the text very slightly makes it impossible for me to continue reading it. So, I mean, there's an awful lot of words on this whiteboard trying to make it extremely clear to me that I am to plug an operator into this socket. So I guess that's maybe a thing we will have to do at some point. Emulation theory and application. Ah, okay, so some of this has to do with the plot of the first game. Which, like I said, I'm not going to try to spoil. I'm not going to try not to spoil, but also I'm not going to try to spoil. Reduces the cost of energy, morph, and telepathic powers. That seems a little specific. Whoa. Hi. Put it on the thing. Put the data vault operator on the thing. You know, it's harder to plug these in than I thought it would be. Throw it at the thing. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, clearly we're not actually supposed to plug that in. The Supreme Court is set to weigh in on... see, this is a text from the base game here. The Supreme Court is set to weigh in on what could be a groundbreaking decision this term. Can an emulated entity be granted power of attorney? Over the last few decades, the public has become increasingly familiar with artificial helpers, from the personal assistants on their wristwatches to the smart home systems that remind you where you put your keys. But more recent advances in hybrotic tech and the genius of connectomics, the ability to map the myriad neuronal connections inside a person's brain, have thrust digital doppelgangers squarely into the legal arena. Recently, billionaire Rourke Wallace granted power of attorney not to one of his many estranged family members, but to a robotic facsimile of himself named Ransom. Ransom emulates Mr. Wallace's own reasoning, interests, and, to some extent, personality quirks, to the point where the two are nearly indistinguishable, at least over the phone. In person, Ransom's molded ceramic and carbon body, while beautiful, makes his true nature unmistakable. Needless to say, Mr. Wallace's family is not amused, especially concerning Ransom's decision for how to execute Mr. Wallace's will. So yeah, that's another reason that I'm not reading everything, is that a lot of it is just text from the base game that people who watched the original Prey series will have already heard me read. Okay, so we've unlocked the thing, we've done some good work here. We should probably try to get off the moon. feel fairly confident that I've gotten everything of value in this room. I guess I should come up with an escape plan here. So we know 3 methods of escape. There's still 1 method of escape that we have to find. We're not going to be able to do this, probably. We're still missing the ability to hack. So somebody gets in the shuttle, somebody gets in the escape pods. Let's get back down to the tram, and we'll figure out how that's going to work. Actually, did I go through here? Because it is totally feasible that there might be, yes, ammunition. Also this. New pistol, sure. We will unload this. Man, I'm totally out of inventory space. Alright. I have 10 neuromods on me. So yeah, we can pick this up. And then still have enough to also upgrade electrostatic burst. I think those are both pretty good moves. And yeah, I'm just kind of picking up whatever garbage. I'll figure stuff out later. That shotgun had a damage type bonus on it. Skeletal repair kit. That is... yeah, that is not one that we previously had. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit more secure. Honestly, I don't really like carrying the Q-beam around as our active weapon. So let's see. We got a... plus 10 corrosive damage, blue shotgun. It seems like mostly what these things do is increase firepower, but there are other stats here. I mean, we've seen many weapons that have, you know, different clip sizes and stuff. Mostly I'm concerned with damage per shot, I think. The combat in the game is not that complicated. So let's take our new shotgun and put it in the 4 slot here. Yeah. And then... pistol upgrade. Alright. This is enough ammunition to get into trouble. No, 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 no. Alright. Where'd that thing go? There's definitely... oh. Just gotta keep it alive and in the scope long enough for the scan to complete. Okay, Remote Manipulation 3 is now available. Character Custodian. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, the psi powers are going to be divided over the characters, even though we are... no matter who we scan them with. Alright. Hey, 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 hey. Give me that back. It's my gun. Very rude. You can't just roll up on a stranger and try to use psychic powers to rip the gun out of their hand. That's something that's pretty much always going to turn out poorly. Okay, so which way do we want to go here? I know that escaping through the escape pods with a freshly spawned character while the corruption level is high didn't really work out that well last time, but that's going to be my final escape plan here again. So let's try to get Joan to the shuttle. Huh. Well... it's a good thing we don't have to go to the Moonworks, I guess. Were the Moonworks inaccessible this whole time? Have I tried to go there on this run? That might be a corruption level thing, right? Listen, sometimes I have trouble with attentiveness, but that's not what's at fault here. What's at fault here is that I cannot remember a thing in my brain for 24 whole hours. That's some kind of superpower. So yeah, we'll make a dash for the shuttle, try to fight as little as possible, just keep moving. And then we'll do the same thing with Andius, whatever his name is, the other guy. Fortunately, we get to leave him a bunch of supplies over the mule, the operator. Which I guess I could have done last time. I think we already had the operator, but I didn't. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Oh, there's so many of them. Right, it would be a good idea for me to put ammunition in the shotgun before trying to use it.
If you locate it, please contact security immediately.
Okay. Cystoids can be killed just by upsetting them, basically. We'll shoot them with our electric bowcaster. Okay, that mimic thinks he's a lot smarter than he is. I'm going to try to just run. It's possible he will follow us. I should probably have a real gun out while doing this. Oh, no. Okay, well, I don't think we really have an option of not fighting it. It's right in the path. Yep, that doesn't really work that well. Hurry, hurry, hurry. There you go. Whoop, that Artax dodge came out a little slower than I was hoping for. Alright, listen. Things are not going totally ideally, but remember all those medkits we bought? Also, I have some psi hypos here. Okay, I guess I should search these bodies because what's-his-face is not going to come through here, and I can leave the stuff on the operator for him. Anything cool in here? Yep, bullets. Bullets are cool. Fancy shotguns are cool. Alright, he's got like a corruption level and a half to work with. That's probably enough to get to the escape pods. I just gotta not do anything really, really stupid. No, I don't want to pilot the shuttle. I want to look at Sam's body. Okay. So before we press anything, first of all, I'm going to need my operator. Secondly, I have one neuromod left. Is there anything I can spend one neuromod on? There is not. Okay, so that being the case, we give the neuromod to the operator. So the operator can take this for sure. Yep, this is a much better shotgun. And this. And one of these pistols. And all of the bullets in the neuromod. And the med kit. That should be enough, right? All of the ammo. I guess suit repair kits. All of our actual medical supplies. We probably won't have time to do a lot of fabrication. I think there's always a wrench in the first room. Is escape pod navigation chip? That seems like it could be important. Also, more ammo. I did not throw a bowcaster in there yet. Let's give him the bowcaster. Okay, that's probably good enough. Ammo. Psi hypos. That's good. Okay. Let's go. So, like I said, we have about a corruption level and a half to get out with the final character. I think this should be doable. Nope, we backed out through our operator. He just sort of floated out into space. That says some worrying things about the integrity of the windshield. Alright, we escaped using the shuttle. We're probably going to get a lot of sim points for this, right? Because it was the second escape in the run. Okay. Crew escapes in a single run bonus. 4,000 points. You get too many. You get too many sim points. Yep. Andreas is next. And actually, hold on a second. Am I allowed to be Riley? I thought I'd have to reset the sim, come in fresh. Escape with the director by uploading your consciousness. Ah, the other escape method has to do with the loading your brain into an operator thing. Well, since it's pretty unlikely we're going to get out, I guess, you know what? No, I want to play with Riley for the first time in a new simulation. Let's try to get Andreas out. So we don't really need to spend anything, right? Because we have... I'll buy a psychoscope. So otherwise we won't have one. Oh, back. And a propulsion system, right? Hey. Hey. There we go. Okay, now next. And this decreased the cooldown time of psi powers. Where is the psi shield? Psi resistor, yeah. And the other toughness one. Actually, the one that increases max health. Yeah, this is probably fine. Okay. Let's do it. We can't do your story objective yet, but we can certainly try to escape the moon. Supercharge a technopath with the Q-beam for even more sim points, in case that's a thing that you could possibly need. Is this a thing that's happening to everybody? Like, just a huge buildup of sim points? If you are also playing Mooncrash, and you have like, way more sim points than you need, or if the opposite is true, if you find yourself struggling, I'd love to hear about that in the comments below. I have no idea if the situation we're in is normal, if maybe I got lucky with a whole bunch of extra rewards a bunch of times, and that's why I have so much. I feel like I've probably just been playing the game the way everybody's playing it, right? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I gotta ask you. Okay, so all we have to do is get to the... I've already forgotten where the escape pods were again. Oh no, there are escape pods everywhere. That's right. I just gotta get to some area. Not the crater, but everywhere else has escape pods. Wait, search. Okay, I need this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. All of the weapons. And we're not trying to preserve anything here. I mean, it is an assumption that things don't hold over from run to run, but I think it's a safe assumption. Because why would they? Okay, I should probably take the medical stuff. Yeah, all the stuff I might need to heal myself. Okay. And all the ammo. And we are not picking up anything. Also, do I have anything that I want to buy with one neuromod? Increased psi pool doesn't sound terrible. We can get the thing that the thermal phantoms do. It's a shield for 20 seconds, which prevents the next enemy attack from damaging you. Enemies that attack the shield are repelled. That's interesting. Regeneration doesn't sound super powerful. I think we'll hold on to this for now.
Fist bump.
Yes. Fist bump. I suppose so. Alright. We have looted everything around here. Let's just go. I did not mean to forward dodge there, but actually that's a pretty good idea. Probably save a lot of time by frequently forward dodging. Is that the moon shark? That's not what I... That's what I wanted to do. Z. I'm so used to... There's so many games where you zoom by holding right-click, right? Yeah, I should have been forward dodging this whole time. rocks. Oh, Jesus. What on earth? Wow, those tentacles have range. I thought I was just going to outrun the tentacle thing. Oh, that's a weaver. We should probably kill the weaver, right? Because they drop the time slow items, but I do have to not get killed to get it. This might be one of those shock the thing and run type situations. Yeah, let's just get out of here. At some point, I bet, I just have a feeling, we're going to end up fighting that moon shark. But it doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't necessarily have to be a moon shark 4, right? Killing some species of typhon with direct damage can be extremely difficult, but unaware or disabled enemies take more damage. That is absolutely true. It does seem kind of strange to, like, sneak up on a psychic alien monster so that you shoot it more effectively, but also it's compelling gameplay, so I guess I'll forgive it. Alright, all I have to do is remember where the escape pods are. They are upstairs for sure. We need to go up here and then into the main lobby and up the grav shaft that's in there.
Typhon material detected. No typhon detected.
There were definitely 2 of them, right?
Typhon material detected.
Maybe the other one got through before that. Alright, I'm just going to make a break for it.
Material detected.
See, the pet mimic knows where I'm going. He's right there with me. Okay. There are escape pods up here, aren't there? Wait, am I...
Typhon material detected.
It's possible I'm all turned around. I'm probably all turned around. Well, we can take the tram to someplace where there are escape pods. I'm pretty sure I left some enemies alive in here, but I have more ammo now than I did then. Reload, reload. It might help if I turned on the objective marker here. There's a mimic up there. That's right, we get no direction for escape pods. Where's the security console in here? Because the security console points you to the... You know what? I know where the security console is in the PYTHEAS labs. And that will point us to where all the escape pods are. And actually, we should check it, because it may be the case on this run that not all of the escape pods are available. And it can tell us the status of that. Hopefully, hopefully the escape pods in the labs will be available. I think I remember where those are. Let's just say it's a really good thing that we have a map. Have I ever found the security station in the crew annex? Maybe not. Because we have like a functional map of the labs, right? But I don't think that's true of the crew annex. We can only see the places we've been, so... Possible I've never downloaded that map.
Flooding and electrical damage detected.
Okay, fortunately we've been through here recently and it should be fairly safe. Okay, utilities. Escape pod status, check status. Crater is the only pod that's available. Oh, do I know how to get to the pod in the crew, or the crater? The Moonworks pod is broken, which sucks. I might have been able to fix that if I had realized that that was a problem. So, hold on. It says that the escape pod in the labs is empty. Is that objective marker that's on our screen now trying to take me to the empty lab pod? I think it is. When it says empty, I'm assuming that it means that there's no pod there, right? Because if it was good, it would say pod available, like it does for Crater. So we just got to go back out to the crater. Where is the... I can't walk any closer to this thing, right? Because, yeah, it's the electrified water. That's alright. We'll use our zoomy scope. Where is the crater entrance? Crater access. There, on the first floor. Or, wait. How do I tell the difference between the crater access and the isolation chamber? Okay, that scope is really not helping. Crater access is that point? Where the heck am I? I need to go downstairs. Alright. Downstairs. Do need more ammo. So crater access is here. Okay, it is. The objective marker is pointing me toward the crater pod. Ah, I hate the tentacles. Okay. Hold on. I really need to go through that door there. That is not working. This thing is firing the glue further than I'm used to. Okay. Oh, good. Ammunition's starting to get pretty hard to come by, and I need this etheric mess to get out of here. I am just about to go up another corruption level. Have you been checked? You have not been checked. Give me that. Alright, we're just gonna run. Let's see here. I need to... That's right. This is not the room that has the broken windows. This is the room with the broken windows. See, I remember some things about the environment. I remember that there are broken windows. I just don't remember exactly where. Okay. Out to the crater. So I think we've never actually gotten to the escape pods in the crater. Is that right? I know sort of where they are. There's that blocked off tunnel leading down from the command center, and they're on the other side of the blockage. I've never actually tried to go to the other side of the blockage, right? I've always gotten distracted and headed off into one of the side areas. But if we're coming out the lab door, we should actually be pretty close, right? If I'm remembering the map correctly, which I probably am not. So we're running low on ammo. We're running low on time. Things are about to get real weird. I really don't like the moment of changeover from one corruption level to another. Okay. So, yeah, this... I think this grav shaft is going to take us where we're going. Right, because we have to get... Let's see. That grav shaft will take us to here. We've been up here. No, it's this grav shaft. All the way over there. This grav shaft is going to take us... We can get to the trauma center. That might be worth going to. There could be important supplies in there. Plus, we've never been on this side of the blockage. It seems like a thing we ought to explore. Alright, so this will be the trauma center, and of course there's a key code. Well, this was not a good use of my very limited time. Let's check the locker room out. Well, new crew at least. Huh. That wasn't a mimic? Okay. There was a mimic in here. It just wasn't... It wasn't that object, but it hiding moved that object. Also, I should medkit before I die. I only have 7 rounds left. Really low on ammo for the Q-beam as well. How many neuromods do I have? Still 1? Alright. So that's a bad thing.
3, 2, 1.
We can probably avoid it. Oh, there's a Weaver too. And the Moonshark is headed this way. Everything is aware of us. That was some horror movie stuff right there. There was like a moment where they all just suddenly simultaneously became aware. Alright. Okay, that's where we're going. That's not too hard to get to. Okay. We're close. Oh. I'm so used to having Mimic Companion available, I just quick right-clicked. Hey, buddy, are any of these signs... No? Am I cool? If I walk up here and one of these is a Mimic, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry I yelled at you. Your hat looks very nice. Psy-hypo... Okay. Oh, I should be psycho. I should be scanning stuff with my psychoscope. Although, maybe it's not that important for me to do it with characters who aren't Riley. Okay, I hear a harvester that is a corrupted harvester. We're just gonna try to get through here as quickly as possible. Alright, I do not have time for this nonsense.
Typhon material detected.
Open, open, open. Let me in. Okay, launch. Oh, right, the navigation chip. Where is my guy? Did I remember to put the navigation chip in him? I must have. Right? There we go. That's a place I can summon him. No, okay, I took it into my inventory. I just have to actually put it in place. Yes, place the thing. Alright, anything else? No, we're good? Finally. Okay. Alright, well, that is all of the escape methods I have available to me. I could probably unlock the Upload Your Consciousness module. Oh, wow, that is a technopath out there. Did you see that through the window? That thing was right there. Alright, 3rd consecutive escape in the same run. 6,000 more sim points. I guess technically I can play as Riley for a small amount of time here, but I think we're probably better off just resetting the simulation. First, however. Did we not do this? I thought we did this. We still have to escape through these two methods. I have to actually discover this one. We have to make the rest of our escapes. We have to complete everybody's story objective. We have to do some more scans, but yeah, honestly, we are very close to being done. It's kind of disappointing. I'm really enjoying this. Alright, let's do a reset here. We can start up our next run. So obviously we're going to start as Riley. Huh. Didn't I thought we did that. Escape with the custodian using an escape pod to unlock their story objective. Yeah, so if it's actually done, it gets marked as completed here, but it's weird that it gives you a description of what it is with the other two characters that we haven't done it with. And with him, it just says the name of it. Huh. Alright, well, let's start as Riley. I thought it was just to escape with the mass driver, which we totally, absolutely did. Comes with 7 upgrades. Yep. We don't really need to start with a bolt caster, I don't think. I do like to start with all this stuff. Also, we're going to need some bullets. And some disruptor batteries. And I do not have the ability to fabricate Q-beam ammo. So we're going to have to live without that. Who knows when we will encounter a propulsion system. And I don't need to... Yeah, I already have a psychoscope. Don't need to worry about this escape pod navigation chip. I wonder if the nav chip is something that you don't always unlock as early as we unlocked it. I'm just going to start with 10 medkits here. A couple of recycler charges for when things get ugly. Because it kind of seems like it's not a big deal, right? It's so easy to have a control chip. Makes me think that that must not be the way it usually works. So Riley does have a psi power tree. This might be useful, but until we know for sure, I think I'm going to go with some things that are more obviously easily powerful. You like movement speed. Yeah, okay, crit chance, sure. So escape by uploading your consciousness to unlock our story objective. Oh, you know what? We unlocked the story objective for VJ, but we didn't actually do it, is maybe what it is. Like, unlocking the story objective for Joan was making the statue be there, and then to complete it we had to actually put the bird in its hand? Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm grasping at straws over here. Let's get into this simulation and see if we can't figure out how to jam our consciousness into a robot. Seems like a perfectly reasonable science fiction-y thing to do that never ever goes wrong. I literally cannot think of a single science fiction story where people upload their consciousness into robots or into computers or onto the internet where it doesn't go horrifyingly wrong. It does seem kind of strange to me that all the characters start in the same location. I guess I had assumed, back when we only had one character unlocked, I had assumed that every character would start in a particular location, and then, like, part of routing your run would be figuring out where it makes sense, like, who it makes sense to get to which place, based on their starting location, but I guess not. Alright. Like, why do we start in here, locked in with Terry Brown? Who is Terry Brown? Like, as far as the narrative goes. She would seem to be pretty important, given that we always spawn on her corpse. Gotta be a little bit careful. The dodge button on this thing is very touchy. Hold on. Okay, yeah, no carryover from previous runs. I had assumed, but that's not the same thing as knowing. Alright, buddy. Show me which rocks I have to shoot. So yeah, in fact, there's not really much of a reason not to search everything because you can just pass anything you want along via the operator. I'm a little bit bummed about that. I thought it was a cool idea having to, like, try to leave stuff in the environment. Enough stuff for your future characters to get through. Maybe there's always anti-rads over there? Or maybe I shouldn't, every time I see 2 instances of a thing, assume that that thing must always, always work that way. We'll leave that propulsion system there, and also that one, just in case I forget to take propulsion systems with people. I can't imagine doing that, but who knows? I'm awfully absent-minded sometimes. Okay, so what am I doing? I probably need to get back up to my office, right? Or at least into the labs in order to work on this. Is it a good idea to try to cross here, or should I go into the crew annex and then across to the labs through there? We can probably do it this way. Also, I don't see the moon shark. I do see tentacles. Well, he's probably still around here somewhere. There we go. We touched the ground, so he will probably come running. You know what? As long as I don't see him, though, I'm going to take advantage of that and just really haul ass. Wow, a whole cube of organic material. That actually might be really useful. Yeah, huh. No moon shark. So it seems like you can only sometimes damage the core of the tentacle nest when there are tentacles out. Yeah, how about that? Wow, that's a lot of exotic material. Ordinarily, I wouldn't go over here, but... Those things are good sources of organic material. Okay, we're going to bring more recycler charges from now on. Oh. Okay, I only recycled that harvester a little bit. He's fine. Unfortunately, he has not regarded this as a hostile act. Okay. Let's, Oh, there's a tentacle nest right on the other side of that rock. Get away from it, get away from it. No, leave me alone. Okay, I don't think they're after me.
Harvester in operation.
So a cyclitic converter, that's the one that lets you spend health to do psi powers. Not really something I'm terribly interested in. Okay, to the lab.
Typhon material detected. No Typhon detected.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. I'm supposed to be scanning stuff. There we go. We do actually have to do this to succeed at the game. Okay. Weakness none, immunity none, no special powers. Just kind of dull research. Removing the Weaver spinneret seems to have caused an unexpected mutation within our Weaver population. In anticipation of future threats, Weavers may eject organ designation E7, which seems to transform into a separate organism with multiple hostile tendrils. More research will need to be conducted. Peter's notes. Peter who? The original researcher is not named Peter. Kinda dumb if you ask me. They'll literally go after anything that moves. They have some type of pod organ in them, though, that might be useful. I think Riley's the only crew member with the proper know-how for removing them. So this is where we get those, those tentacle spawning spores. Also, I didn't actually read this. It's curious that our poltergeists have demonstrated differences in behavior from those created on Talos. The fact that they seem to incline to rip instruments from researchers' hands suggests that they may be indeed... This is probably supposed to be maybe indeed acquire new behaviors based on environmental differences. Unfortunately, deeper study is rendered nearly impossible due to their active camouflage and their rare occurrence even under controlled phantom genesis circumstances. Peter's notes. They're here. Grabby little cowards. I have to hold on tight to any weapon I have or they might run off with it. Seem to pop into view for a second any time they chuck something. Might be able to get them to stick around with a bit of glue. That's true, you can glue them. I haven't been using the glue nearly as much in Mooncrash as I did in Just Prey. I think part of that is probably that we have more options a lot of the time. Can I get close enough to that? Nope, can't loop through the cage here. There's no way to actually operate the door? Yeah, alright. Well, let's get in here and see if we can't figure out how to upload a human consciousness into a fly-in robot. I assume that's what Riley was trying to do when we found him. Her, I think. So probably the right thing to do is just to go up to the office. Oh, you know, we'll be able to, like, look in her computer and stuff, too. I'm sure we'll be able to find some information. Now, if only I can remember the way. And also, I hope that the place is not too completely overrun by Typhon. Oh yeah, I should look at my ability tree. So... Stealth... Neurostimulant, psionic aptitude... Okay, so these psychotronics upgrades are not actually very good. Necropsy allows us to remove more organs from Typhon in case you wanted more exotic material. And no, in fact, we do not have any hacking ability, so it must be the Custodian. The Custodian is a... right. Custodian will end up being a Chasma employee who's there to conduct espionage, right? I guess I should have thought of that possibility earlier. What's my Chasma bounty right now? Kill a Weaver with the Psychostatic Cutter. I don't think I know what a Psychostatic Cutter is. Alright, well, let's do the thing here. Yeah, probably best I just shoot him in the face a bunch of times.
Take reactivation in
Oh, right, that's gonna blow up.
2, 1.
I'm curious if Riley has any control over the opening of this containment chamber. Okay. Anything around here? So listen, Andreas definitely beat this woman to death, right? But I'm having a hard time blaming him. The stuff they subject the volunteers to in this place, we don't know exactly what happened. His actions might have been warranted. So do not access cell without ours approval. I had hoped meant that I, as Riley, would be able to access this thing. But it's looking like maybe not, huh? Or at least, maybe it's not opened from here. We have to access the controls somewhere else. Alright, we can work on that. So... where am I relative to the stairs? Or the grav... okay. So up and left and left and left. Keep turning left until you cannot turn left anymore. Gross. That's what it is. It's just gross. Actually, I should probably try to get scans of the cystoids themselves, huh? And who said researching alien organisms is hard? Okay, we should probably actually look at that research, just in case there's any meaningful information in it. The outer layer of each cystoid nest appears to be made of an exceptionally thin layer of the same material that makes up most typhon. Indeed, the nest appears to be just as fragile as the cystoids themselves, making it less of a protective structure and more like a living mine. It's possible that the Weaver uses these to mark and even defend its territory from any kind of intruder. Initial scans reveal they are constantly leaking lethal levels of radiation. Pops if it senses movement, steer clear unless you want radiation sickness, or a swarm of cystoids. It's fortunate the Weaver produces so many of these, because keeping cystoids alive for long outside of those nests has proven to be exceptionally difficult. Despite the lack of any visible sensory organ, each cystoid seems capable of detecting us through unknown means, detonating on proximity. If we can figure out what it uses to see, we may be able to find a way to blind it long enough to get a closer look. If they're attracted to movement, throw something to distract them, try to group them up to take them out with fewer shots, releases a burst of radiation on death. I am awfully curious about the mechanism of that. But I suppose we have bigger problems. There's a cystoid nest, like, right on the other side of the door? Oh, wait, can I get a read on this thing? Okay, Machine Mind 2 is available on the Engineer. So yeah, there's stuff here that's just locked until you research other stuff. Also locked until you scan more typhon. The ability to mimic stuff is pretty cool. I'm not really sure what you would use it for, but it's certainly cool. So yeah, they'll blow each other up. Man, there's a lot of nests around here. I wonder if the cystoids will... It seems like they didn't respond to the operator. Maybe they can tell that it's also typhon material? Here we go. Here's my stun gun. Don't come at me with your weird appendages. You keep your appendages inside, like a decent member of society. I'm getting pinged by radiation from something. Oh man, they're everywhere. Gross.
Attention, everyone. Our head custodian.
I was afraid it was going to blow up the
everyone
explosive thing there.
Your mom doesn't work on PYTHEAS. So let's all do our best to practice good restroom etiquette and leave things in as good of condition as we found it. Thank you.
Yeah, this place sucks. You know, I'm not actually sure if they're blowing each other up or if they're all just responding to the bullet impact nearby. It's saying that I see a cystoid nest when I look right here. I don't think I am. Is it that one? Okay. I think we're clear now? Where does this go? Oh no, that one got away. So in their defense, they don't have eyes. They can't tell that I'm looking at them. In case you were wondering why they bother to change into stuff when I'm looking directly at them. That's the excuse I'm letting them get away with. No eyes. It's tough. You know, it's tough to do stuff in the world with no eyes. Alright, it is actually really important that we don't pick up ammunition and then forget to put it on the mule. That's something I have to avoid doing. Corruption level increase already, huh? Ah, okay. That visual effect is a little intense. Huh, I don't see where I was taking that radiation from. It might be up there. Yeah, it must be up on the ledge. Okay. How did I get up? Totally don't remember. We could climb up a thing. We have to climb up awfully high. That fruit on that tree. Hey, look at that. That's pickable fruit. Who doesn't love free pomegranates? So actually, I don't see... Maybe we could get up on top of this thing. And then... I don't have a glue gun. Ordinarily, you would want to use glue to climb here. I might be able to make it to that bottom step. Nope. You know what? It's a problem of that's more horizontal than vertical, though, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'll tell you what, I have had about enough of cystoid nests for one day. Yeah, they're definitely not blowing each other up. It's just when I shoot near them, sometimes it agitates more than one of them into exploding. Okay, well... Guess we better get rid of these things from a distance while I can see them. What is going on there? Huh. It's weird. You know, listen, the simulation's glitchy. We know that. Alright, let's get into stuff in my office here. Should be able to actually interact with the computer, I would imagine. Alright, from Alex U to Riley. Riley, we need to talk. Do not call. I will call you. Open a secure channel first. Say, the channel you might use if you needed to speak to an operator. Alex U, CEO. Interesting. Brain emulation. From Morgan. Following up, trust me, the emulation process I used is perfectly safe. I have the prototypes to prove it. Maybe I'll introduce you. I named them after the month I made them, December, etc. PYTHEAS is already set up to support the tech, more or less. All you'll need is the right operator to host. I'll be inaccessible for a while, but I'll check back with you later. Well, we do know where the right operator is. And also, this text for the workstation is kind of like... I know where the workstation is. I'm looking at it. That could go away. I'm ready to inform you my team has developed an updated Typhon gate that will function properly with the power profiles of Talos 1. Oh yeah, we read this already, actually. Okay. So I think all we have to do is get up to the room at the top of the labs, right? Oh, I have too much stuff in my inventory. Well, this we should actually take. So let's discard some frayed wire. And I guess I should actually, like, let's eat some food. Eat some stuff that we only have one of and clear up a little bit of inventory space as well. Alright, I mean, it can't be as simple as just walking up here and checking, right? So... Who are you? Also, there sure are a lot of neuromods around here. This is really nice. Okay, so... Project Genesis. Yeah, but they're right. We read this already. We just read this already. Okay, so I need to take the... Oh, where was that? Here it is. I need to take the data vault operator, put it on the thing, and then copy all the PYTHEAS data onto the data vault operator. Alright. It's worth a very small amount of sim currency. I guess we better take it. Hold on. There was a file on the computer, I'm remembering, that I didn't actually look at. Ah, grant permission to open volunteer cell number 3. I do believe that's the, that's probably Andreas' cell, right? And then utilities, communication channels, select secure, yeah, operator. And now we just wait for Alex to call us. I was wondering why they even bothered to have dialogue from Alex in that that PA announcement we heard, if they couldn't get the original actor back, but apparently it's because there is more important dialogue with Alex to be had. Probably shouldn't just be picking up all kinds of garbage all the time, because then our inventory ends up filled with garbage. Gee, how did that happen? Alright. Do I know where this goes?
Good afternoon, Pythias.
Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go.
Minor medical
Don't remember...
Stop the main lobby.
Oh, okay. There's a way up through the bathroom on top of a lighting fixture. That's really interesting. That's a shotgun down there. I don't really love just dropping in here. Oh, I already have a shotgun. Is this a better shotgun? 41 firepower versus... Okay, this is a better shotgun. It has tended to be the case that we have not really needed more than one copy of a weapon, so... Let's just take the one that does the more damage. Right. Alright, we can leave her a stun gun. So, I need to get back to my workstation, apparently. Alright. Wait a minute. Is this going to be harder to do than I thought? Jump up here, climb up on these. There we go. That's how you do that. How do I close it behind me? Saw the prompt there for a moment. There we go. Let's see if we can piece together what else needs doing here. So we need records of some kind.
Hello.
Or we need to press this button, because all of the appropriate data is already on this computer. Here we go. No, something's missing. Of course it was. Missing subject. Phantoms created from Project Genesis. Subjects displayed extreme aggression. Okay, what is this that we're missing? I hear things on the space station are precarious. Alex must be desperate by now. He should be. After the way his guidance nearly derailed our tower program, he's lucky I haven't blocked his emails as well. Let's see what my little cousin has been up to. I should have known. He didn't need help. He was saying goodbye. His mistake is so catastrophic we won't escape the consequences even here on the moon. Some men have a knack for failing their way to the top. He wants me to back everything up onto a data vault operator in the event that this moon base is compromised. A foregone conclusion at this point. And after that, I'm to use Morgan's emulation tech on myself. The idea is off-putting, to say the least, but I trust Morgan. I ran into a problem. Part of the data is missing and corrupted, so the copy operation halted. I'll have to retrieve the data myself, which means repeating a very dangerous experiment in the wild. So I have to install the Phantom Genesis 2 ability. Weaver specimens are held in Typhon containment. Well, this seems like an okay place to stop. Apparently, that's what we're doing next time. Aren't we all excited? So come back, tomorrow? I think there's one more episode this week. I'm telling you there's one more episode this week. Come back tomorrow to see that. To see me get eaten by a Weaver, probably. And we'll see you then.